Hey there! Welcome back to the Stein Hospice Menu for More Kitchen. I'm so excited about what's on the menu today. We are going to be making comfort foods in the form of freezer meals. And if you're anything like me, I've been searching for freezer meals that were minimal prep, minimal time commitment, and I have found them and I'm ready to share them with you. But before we dive in, I just want to say that today we are talking about comfort foods because we are tying that into talking about our comfort services. And there's no one better to tell you more about the comfort service program at Stein Hospice than Gretchen. So we're going to go over to her and we'll be right back.
Hey, thanks, Shelby. So this is Gretchen, and I'm with the Comfort Care team. And I think I literally have the best job at Stein Hospice because I get to really pamper people. We offer a wide variety of relaxation services. For some people, it's kind of learning how to turn off the mind. So we're trained in multiple techniques to help them do that, whether it's a nice, great head massage. I'm trained in meditation, guided imagery, which kind of I'm their tour guide and I take them to the relaxing beach or on a vacation they've been to, or maybe it's deep in the woods. We play music and use essential oil, and it just kind of helps really turn off the mind. And then we'll do like some work to help their body relax. So you can only imagine how much stress and tension people are feeling now. So we're trained in Reiki, healing touch, and comfort touch massage just to help relax the body. We work with patients and families, and then we do a lot in the community for education on helping other people. So we have quite a few educational programs, and we do hands-on training, love the Reiki, of the guided imagery, just so people can learn how to use it for themselves, whether it's healthcare professionals or family members. Um, so in a few minutes, Shelby's going to put a number down for you guys just to talk about donating to the Comfort Care team. We really do use a lot of product. We use a lot of the oils and the lotions, but we use a lot of individualized things too for developing letters, life review, CDs. We do playlists for music for people, tape recordings. So any donation that you can do will really benefit the Comfort Care team. So that is my timer. I am going to turn it back to you, Shelby. Thank you.
Thanks, Gretchen. So many great things that the Comfort Service Program can do for Stein Hospice patients and family members. And today, you have the opportunity to support the Comfort Service Program through the Menu for More fundraiser with a simple text message. And all you have to do is text the number here on your screen, 251-313-0323, with the code CMF, Comfort, with your donation amount. And then a link will text back to you, and then you'll be able to check out and make your donation again with that simple text message. If you are wondering about how much to give, right here's a little breakdown for you. So some of those services that Gretchen was talking about is what we're outlining here for you. So a $10 donation would provide 10 minutes of comfort services. $30 donation would provide a half an hour. $60 donation would provide 1 hour of comfort services. $90 would provide an hour and a half, and a $120 donation would provide 2 hours of comfort services to our patients and or family members. So again, all you have to do is text 251-313-0323 with the code CMF and your donation amount. Once you send that text message, a link will be sent to you immediately, and you can check out using that link. So now that we've told you a little about our comfort services, let's go ahead and dive right into our comfort foods. So today we are going to be making loaded potato soup in the form of a freezer meal. Now you don't have to make this in the form of a freezer meal. You can go ahead and throw it right into an Instapot or crock pot, but today we are focusing on making it a freezer meal so you can pull it out later. You're going to need a few different ingredients. You're going to need one bag of, this is 32 ounces of diced hash brown potatoes, You're going to need 1 large onion diced. You are going to need 1 cup of shredded carrots. I went ahead and bought the pre-shredded carrots. You most certainly can shred them yourself, but again, I was looking for low prep, low mess, and low time commitment. So I went with the pre-shredded carrots. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of butter sliced. A 1/4 cup is a half a stick, and I sliced mine into 5 pieces, so just a little less than a tablespoon a piece. You're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of celery salt, 2 teaspoons, I had to remember, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. Again, we love garlic in our family. We eat garlic with everything, so I always have this large jar of minced garlic on hand. You can certainly use fresh garlic and mince it yourself, but I, again, was looking for low prep, low mess, so I have pre-minced garlic. You're also going to need 4 cups of chicken or vegetable broth, and you can make this a vegetarian-friendly dish, or you can add meat. So if you are making it a vegetarian dish, you can go ahead and add vegetable broth. Mine is not going to be vegetarian. I'm going to be adding bacon. So mine is a chicken broth. And all I did was I boiled 4 cups of water, and I used 4 chicken bouillon cubes. You can buy already pre-made broths, or you can make it from cooking actual chicken or actual vegetables, whichever you choose, but that's how I did mine today. And then I'm also adding 2 packs of real bacon to mine, but you can use real bacon bits, prepackaged. You can obviously cook up your own bacon, chop it up, put that in there, or you can use ham or any other type of meat that you like in your potato soup. So I think we have all of our ingredients outlined. Just a simple little reminder, when you're using your measuring utensils, do your dry ingredients first, then your wet ingredients. That way you can use the same measuring utensils over and over again. Less prep, less mess. So you're also going to need a gallon Ziploc bag. Just to be safe, I use 2 gallon Ziploc bags. So I put everything into 1 Ziploc bag, and then when I'm finished, I have my second already prepped, just extra protection, and then my second one is already labeled with the instructions of what to do when I'm ready to pull it out of the freezer and cook it. I'm also going to use a bowl. I'm not actually mixing anything in the bowl, but I'm going to just go ahead and put my bag inside the bowl. That way I can avoid any accidental tips or spills, especially once I put that liquid in there. All right, then there is no special way to mix everything in there. It's going to get all mixed up anyways. So I'm going to just go ahead and add my diced potatoes first. I already had spillage, that's why this bowl comes in handy. Okay, make sure all the potatoes are in there. I'm going to go ahead and dump my salt in. I go ahead and add all my ingredients prepped. It's definitely easier to do it that way than you can just dump and be done. So I just added my pepper and my celery salt and my regular salt. I'm gonna go ahead and add the minced garlic, my cup of shredded carrots, my 1/4 cup of butter, now I have to move everything from my cutting board here so that I can scrape my onions into there. A little chopping technique when you're chopping the onions. Onions are really easy to dice because of the rings or the layers. So I just cut the end peeled my onion, cut off the ends, and then I cut into slices, circular slices, and then you just cut. Once you have your slices, you lay them flat, and then you just cut, and the layers will automatically dice them. You just cut the slices into strips, and then you'll automatically have dices from the layers. Another tool, another little quick thing about cutting so you don't cut your fingers, instead of holding something like this, you want to go ahead and put your fingers on top of it like this and put your knuckles against the knife. So then, let's turn here. So instead of your fingers being like this and easily chopped, you have your fingertips in, your knuckles against the knife, so when you're chopping, your fingers are nowhere near where that blade is going to go. So that's just another quick tip. All right, so we are going to add our onion. This is going to probably prove to be difficult. So we are just going to go ahead and add our onions into the mix. To be honest with you, my husband doesn't love onions in anything. So the fact that I'm losing some here, he's probably not going to be upset about. Onions are optional. You can add with other veggies or anything you want into your potato soup. It's your potato soup. You can make it whatever you want. Okay, I have all of my dry ingredients in there, so I'm going to go ahead and add my broth. Just an FYI, I boiled my 4 cups of water with my chicken bouillon cubes in it, and they dissolved on their own. But I also did that ahead of time so that my broth could cool a little bit before I poured it into my Ziploc bag. I didn't want any melting or any holes being formed from my boiling broth. So now I'm just going to go ahead and pour that broth in there. Okay. Now, when you seal, you want to try to get as much air out of that bag as possible. If you're making it a freezer meal. If you're making it right now and you're just throwing it in a crock pot, no, not to worry. But just want to make sure you get all that air out to freeze. So an easy way to do that is to just squeeze and bend this top over and push down. And then as you seal shut, just keep pushing down and get that last bit of air out all the way until almost like a little vacuum seal. Then you take your second bag that you already have pre-labeled, and this one, it's kind of hard to see with the light, but for this particular freezer meal, you actually do need an ingredient when you're ready to make this dish, and that is heavy cream. So if you pull this out of the freezer, you want to throw it in the crock pot, either frozen, you can cook on high for 5 hours or low for 7 to 8 hours. But if you thaw it, you can cook on high for 3 to 4 hours or low for 6 hours. And then after that's done cooking, then you're going to add that heavy whipping cream and stir until well mixed. And then you can add cheddar cheese, chives, extra bacon bits. Oh goodness, I forgot my bacon. To me, that's a good part. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this back up here. Add in my bacon. Oopsies. Make sure you take these out first if you buy the prepackaged kind. Again, you can use ham, any other types of meat, or just add more veggies and make a vegetarian potato soup. I'm going to be a little more careful this time and see if I can catch that before it falls out into my bag. I think I got it. Yep. Okay. Now we're ready to seal. So now I'm just going to show you that lovely sealing bag again. Fold over, push all the air out as you seal. Okay, so then after you've cooked in the crock pot or your Instapot, then you can serve with any of those extra toppings if you want. Like I said, cheddar cheese, extra bacon. Glad I remembered that. And chives, or sour cream, anything that you would normally have with your potato soup. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I already know that there's some extra liquid on the outside of my bag, so I definitely want to make sure that I double bag. Very easy. And it's 1 gallon bag full like this fits very easily right into the second bag, so no need to worry there. And then just for spacing purposes, I just make sure I have that air out of the second bag. It's not as important because your food is not directly in there, but it does help with spacing the freezer. And then I just make it flat, and then I freeze flat. And that will help, A, take up less space in your freezer, and also, if it's flat and as thin as possible, it will thaw faster if you want to cook it thawed instead of frozen. So instead of like this, obviously it's much thicker, it'll take a lot longer to thaw, whereas if it's flat, it'll thaw faster for you. So that was one freezer meal that we made today, but we have a surprise for you. So instead of just doing one video this week, we are doing some highlights and some reels and stories on our Instagram account. So every day this week, we are going to post a new video to our story or a reel on Instagram. And each one contains a low prep, low time commitment, low mess freezer meal that you can make. And we are really excited about all of them, and we hope you go over to our Instagram account and check those out. Thank you for joining us in the Menu for More Kitchen. Don't forget to donate to Comfort Services, and we'll see you next week.